This is Praia, the capital of the island nation of Cape Verde, Africa. Hola, buen dia, good morning. This is Praia, the capital and largest city of Cape Verde, an African island archipelago off the coast of Senegal, West Africa. My first full day here. Flew in yesterday from Madrid, Spain, and Lisbon, Portugal. Landed early evening as it was getting dark, so it is great to see it in the daylight. It is a beautiful, sunny, breezy day. I think I forgot to mention the date and temperature at the beginning there. So it is Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026, currently 73 degrees Fahrenheit. That is 23 degrees Celsius, so it's warmish, but not too crazy hot. So this is a nice pedestrian walking street. I had dinner last night right over there. Really good food. It is currently 11:30 in the morning. I haven't eaten yet, and so I just wanted to pop out and see what kind of brunch options there might be, which might end up being going to a supermarket and buying a couple of things. But let's check it out up here. We have another restaurant, people hanging out, lots of people selling stuff. Looks like pastelaria. This could work. Omelets. Hey guys, so it's a little while later. I stopped back at my room to take a break for a little bit and get ready to go out and do a little bit more exploring. So I had a brunch at that place and made a video showing what I had, but it got corrupted, the file, and so it didn't show it all. So I just wanted to very quickly jump in here and explain that. Making sure I have my keys here. If you lock this one without your keys, you are in a bad situation. So I got 2 pieces of quiche, or something quiche-like, and then a pastry that had chicken in it, and a piece of cake. And so I showed all that and showed how some of it tasted, and somehow that file just got messed up, so that's a shame. But anyways, now going back into the past right after having brunch, and then I explore around the neighborhood near there. And then after all that, you will get back to this, in which I am now going on a walk over to a market. But coming up next is more of the main central pedestrian area of Praia here. A good price for all that. It was 500 Cape Verdean, now I'm forgetting, Etruscos, something like that, Escubos, which is just $5.25 US. Just $5 for 2 pieces of quiche, a chicken pastry thing, and a piece of cake. So great deal. So for now, I am just going to wander right around here a little bit and then head back to my room and get a little more prepared for maybe a little more exploring, but no big plans. I don't think that I will go anywhere today that I can't walk to. I am just loving this weather. It just feels so welcoming. Looks like this is the bus stop area. So I need to do a little more research as far as what to see in Praia here. Escudos. Escudos is the money, I think. So Praia isn't the main tourist destination. I think there isn't a whole lot to see here as far as, you know, tourist sites, but, you know, there's some churches and squares and monuments and stuff. Mostly it's just a matter of experiencing the country and culture and the capital and the buzz of the city. I showed a nice market yesterday, but I booked a flight to another island. So I looked online at the various options, and the best flight option was to Sal Island, which I guess is the most popular tourist destination, and it is supposed to be very nice. Good beaches and more tourist infrastructure, nicer hotels. You know, I have a very simple room there. And that is day after tomorrow, so I booked my hotel that I have for 4 nights, but then the flights were early in the morning. There was one at 7 o'clock, and that's just brutal, getting up at 4:30 or 5 or whatever. And so instead I booked a flight at 6 p.m. on my last day at this hotel, so that I still have the hotel for the day, and then flight out at 6 o'clock to Sal Island. Little market action here. Very hilly city. Interesting looking neighborhoods sprawled across the hills and valleys. I guess this must be a school. A bit of a view here. Not the prettiest view, but interesting nonetheless. So I really want to see more of the island. It is Santiago Island here. Cape Verde is an island archipelago of 10 different islands, a Portuguese colony which gained independence in 1975. And so this is Santiago Island, and I would really like to see more of it, but I'm not sure how to do that. I assume it's possible to rent a car, but I'm not sure I'm ready to rent a car here on this island, knowing, you know, nothing about what it's really going to be like. I think, you know, driving here in the city is going to be its own challenge, and then what is it like further out there as far as traffic, driving rules, the streets, if they're narrow, whatever, and then not to mention not being sure about possible crime issues. It just feels a little iffy. So I will look into that a bit further, but if I can't rent a car, or if I don't want to rent a car, then I'm not sure how else I would get around. I mean, maybe I can take some local buses somewhere, but we'll see about that. Look at this thing. Nice. What is that? Is it a... Oh yeah, Citroen, I was just gonna say. It's like a Citroen pickup truck. Their version. Classic. What year is this thing? It is so compact. So I'll see what I can do and try my best to show as much as I can of this fairly little known island nation. There sure is a lot of street vending going on. Everywhere is people on the street selling stuff or walking around selling stuff. Hola. How's it going? English? Any English? No? Yeah, I mean no Portuguese. Okay.
And for English.
For English? No, no, no.
Português? Português?
No, America.
Yeah. Fala English.
Say again?
English.
English? Little bit? No, not really? Okay. What I'm looking for is a box of milk to wash down those pastries, but I think they don't have it. Obrigado. Yesterday I went to a much larger market, so try that. So as you can see, English not commonly spoken here. That has been the case in general over the past not even a day that I've been here. So I think that Portuguese is the official language, but they speak a native Creole language. And I'm kind of under the impression that the reason that the official language is Portuguese is because there are different island languages, or at least different dialects or something like that, and they couldn't agree on one of them being the official language, if I got that right. Let's take a look at the Atlantic Ocean. So when it comes to the Portuguese, then if nothing else, I might try some Spanish words because it's quite close, and sometimes that does work. Like at breakfast there, he asked me if I wanted anything to drink, and I think that he said bebidas, so same as Spanish, and so I understood that at least and was able to say back, no bebidas. But for the most part, I am just in the dark with the language. But you managed to work it out while ordering there. He didn't speak any English, but just pointing, and you know, she asked if I was taking it to go or for here, and just the way that she kind of, you know, pointed or whatever, then it was clear what she was saying, and I was able to say no here. So you make it work for the basic stuff. At the car wash. All right, all right. So I really lucked out with that room, both because it's a good price. It's not perfect as far as rooms go, especially with the bathroom being shared with a room next door. There was nobody there yesterday. I'm not sure if somebody is going to show up today, but that is definitely possible. And then there's a weird situation with the locks at that place, which I'll have to show. And then it's just kind of, you know, small and stuff, but it is in a great location. So when I was looking on booking.com, then I pulled up the map on booking.com and it shows you the various rooms available. And I really had no idea which part of the city, but I went with this one just because it was a good price and then the room looked decent. And then also in the reviews it said close to restaurants and shops, so I just went with that. If I'd been way out like what I showed yesterday evening, I don't think it would be as nice of a area. There's like a whole industrial zone looking part of the city, and as you can kind of see, it's definitely a bit scruffy and stuff, but this seems to be the best place to be. And my room is just a 1 block walk, as I showed, from that really nice pedestrian zone. Otherwise, I think you could feel like you were kind of in the middle of nowhere with nothing much going on around you, and maybe hard to find restaurants. So yeah, things worked out. I'm really looking forward to seeing Sal Island. I think it's going to be more of a kind of classic islands, nice beaches experience. So here, another restaurant option. But overall, I gotta say that I am really impressed by the people so far. Have just been so friendly and just not getting any kind of problems with the camera or harsh vibes or, you know, resentment towards a foreigner or whatever. I mean, I'm sure, you know, it has its issues like everywhere, but overall people are just like really genuinely warm and friendly and just chilled out. You know, it's that islands vibe compared to the mainland. I haven't explored sub-Saharan Africa on the mainland. I've just been to North Africa, but I definitely get the sense that it's a lot more intense in a lot of places on mainland Africa, whereas here it's the island experience, island culture, more mellow, more easygoing, people just hanging out, relaxing, talking, relatively low stress. Seems like a pretty good life out here. Okay, so this is where I was yesterday evening. So now going to head back to my room, take a little break, get a little organized. And see what else I might want to see that is easy to get to. Again, gotta say, I just love this weather. Warm, not hot, dry air. I like the dry air, nice and sunny. It just really lifts the mood, especially after the rainy, cloudy grayness of Spain, which people don't generally associate with Spain, but that is winter in Europe. and got my milk whole, late. So close to Spanish leche, entier, like the word entire, I guess, for whole. Source de calcium, lake de vache. And my room is right up here. Cool bike, Yokoma. Another big supermarket here. I love how bustling it is with local life, regular life. And so back in the room, and I will give a little bit of a room tour and talk about some of the positives and negatives. So one of the positives is great AC. It works perfectly when it works. There we go. It isn't noisy at all. It's like really quiet. Now that I'm trying to say something positive here, it's not working. Here it comes. Anyways, it works great. And then nice fast Wi-Fi, not super fast, but good and solid. Comfy bed. At least they have one cool photograph on the wall. Hat rack, TV, which I won't make use of. I just use my laptop to watch videos and stuff. And then they have a little bedside table here. And I'm really glad that they have this bedside lamp because that light is rather bright. That is perfect for in the evening. And then here is the bathroom situation. So the first kind of strange thing is the switch is outside here. So you have to remember to do that before you head in there. And then there is the locking system. So there's a reason why I left the key like this, because I don't want to forget it when I go out there. So the reason is because this locks on this side. So this side, going out to the bathroom, you can open it easily enough. But then once you come out here, you can lock yourself in here. And now what? If that door is locked, if you don't have the keys, you are locked in here. That is insane. Before I continue the tour, make sure that I'm free to go. So I don't want to leave the key there when I'm gone during the day. When I'm hanging out here, then I would just leave it in there so I can just come and go easily. Also, the door doesn't close on its own, so you can just leave it wide open, but still, you don't want to take that chance of, for some reason, the door closing on you and locking you in there. And so when I'm gone out of the room, then I want to make sure I leave the keys on this side, but I don't want to like set them there and then maybe forget and then end up in that terrible situation. And so I'm leaving the keys as it was so that I see them when I go out. And then you have a similar situation here. And so that is the other room there. And then once again, look at this. This is backwards. You can lock yourself in the bathroom. So here you can open it from this side, but not from this side. So it's the same deal. It's kind of freaky to do, just in case like the key isn't going to work for some reason, but there you go. If you don't have that key, you are locked inside the bathroom. Just crazy. But decent enough bathroom. Nothing fancy, that's for sure, but it will do the trick. Okay, now going to chill out here for a little bit and then head out and see a little bit more of Praia, capital of Cape Verde on Santiago Island.